Hey, Bielanski, guess what time it is? It's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS!
Hey, get the hell out of the way, dumbass!
Yeah, butthole. We're trying to watch the game.
Yeah, the game.
I think this is like someone who still thinks music videos are cool.
Oh yeah, I think this is like Jack Black or something.
Oh yeah, he was like on some kind of movie or something.
Yeah. A movie about peaches.
Okay, baby. It's about peaches.
Yeah.
Remember the presidents of the United States of America?
Yeah.
That song was about getting...
No way, butthead. That was a good, wholesome song about eating peaches and living in the country.
Okay, baby. Stick my finger down inside.
Oh, yeah. Make a little room for a man to hide. How come I didn't think of that?
'Cause you're a dumbass, baby. You're too busy trying to stick your finger down inside your own rectum.
Oh, yeah. That is what I keep this. That is what I keep this. Good.
What the hell are you talking about, Davis?
I don't know, butthead. I heard one time that the mushrooms they eat in this game, you have to, like, eat them and then pee them out. And then you drink the pee. And that's how you fly.
Yep, baby. Still a dumbass. Hey, baby. Bryan Bielanski here on KWJUDAS, back for the third time. And that was a heck of a video there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's kind of exactly how I thought they would react to that video. I didn't expected nothing less.
Yeah, I hope you weren't too offended.
Not at all. No. Like I said, would have been surprised to have had any other kind of reaction.
I mean, they're just two pissed off teenagers who don't know anything better than Metallica and AC/DC.
And I guess they have that same Simpsons thing where they never age, even though they're like 40 years old. They're still
are they that old?
Teenagers. Yeah, right? The 90s? I mean, if they were teenagers in the 90s.
That'd be like 30.
No, if they were teenagers.
Okay, yeah, they weren't born in the 90s. The show was, but, in the show, they were already teenagers. So I guess, yeah, they would be around in their 40s by now.
Right. Just like, the same.
Close to it.
Yeah, so.
Have you seen any of the new episodes? They
rebooted
it again.
Right, I saw where you did the viewing of the what is it, Beavis and Butthead versus the Universe or whatever it was.
Beavis and Butthead do the Universe.
Right.
Just like they just got done doing America.
I did see some of those videos where they were watching the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How they don't just do music videos anymore because MTV doesn't. Hardly do music videos.
That's why they were watching the Jersey Shore and the new ones.
That's what I love about that.
Yeah, that was quite cool.
They make fun of that shit. They still do a couple music videos every now and then. But, yeah, the new episodes, they have, every now and then they actually have segments where it shows them old and grown up. And that's what made me bring it up, is they actually have every now and then a cartoon that they pretty much just look like the two older versions of them in the movie, in Beavis and Butthead Do America, where they're like stranded in the desert. You saw that one, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. I'm not just to assume, but yeah, when they're stranded in the desert and they meet the two older guys that look like older versions of them, then they pretty much bring them back, but they don't use the same voices. It's still their own, like, teenage voices pretty much.
Huh.
But they're grown up alcoholics still sitting in front of the same TV on the same couch.
No kidding. Beavis and Butthead turned into alcoholics. Wow, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it figures.
Well, I guess that's better than glue.
Beat sniffing glue, yeah, for sure. We were just talking about that. I think that really throughout the whole time that show was popular, there was very little alcohol. I mean, they might have like tried to score some beer every now and then, but it seems like they would kind of be a little too like stupid and impervious to ever be able to get their fucking hands on it.
I know, right?
Same with weed. Like, I don't think, sure, they sniffed glue, and they definitely would do the ridiculous ways that we all tried getting high when we were in high school.
I remember them trying to lick a toad. I remember that episode. Yeah,
I've never done that. You know, that's kind of like one of those things that, well, obviously you can't just lick any toad.
I think that comes from the Amazon people.
Right. There is a toad.
Shamans would do that as part of their religious rituals, if I'm not mistaken.
Word.
Yeah.
You can't just lick the toad, though. I think you have to, like, milk the glands or something like that.
Sounds like a project.
And I had a buddy who said he knew someone that had one, but it died.
Aw.
I don't know if they ever got to try the succulent glands
of the toad.
But they asked if I was interested, which of course I was, but I did not get to try some myself, for sure.
Yeah, that's
it's one of the few things out there that I have not tried. And I'm not going to ask you about that because, you know, Bryan Bielanski here, he's a man of the people and a man of the children and a religious, God-fearing man.
That's right.
Or at least a manager/booking agent-fearing man. Mad props.
Yeah, I actually played a church, 2 shows at a church last week in Laramie.
Oh, see, I wasn't kidding, folks. What church?
The St. Matthew's Cathedral. It was the soup kitchen that they provide for people that are in need of a meal, and I went and played during their lunchtime. So it was 2 days last week in Laramie. It was great. Laramie Soup Kitchen. It was a great time.
I remember you do a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. On my days off from my paying gigs, I do a lot of volunteer gigs for people that wouldn't otherwise get an opportunity to listen to live music, like the homeless shelters, the youth group homes, juvenile detention centers.
I believe that you had just got done playing at a nursing home or something like that.
Right.
Last time you were here?
Yeah, I did a nursing
Was that
home
here in Utah or elsewhere?
No, in Washington. There.
Word.
And I do some of those from time to time as well. Yeah.
That is pretty badass.
I do have quite a repertoire of oldies that I like to pull out when I do those shows. So.
Like what?
Oh, Elvis.
Like how far back do you go?
Oh, I do Elvis Presley, Hank Williams Sr., Buddy Holly, Chuck Berry.
Dude, could you play something like that for us now?
I mean, yeah, I wasn't sure if covers were allowed on the show.
I mean, we try and avoid it, but the people, the publishers, the copyright shit is on them.
Okay.
They're supposed to find that before it gets published, and if they don't, well, they didn't do their fucking job.
Right. Well, there is actually, if that's a concern, I actually did put a few covers on my new album and went ahead and paid the licensing fees. So there is actually a cover of an oldie on my brand new album, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3, which I think we can play now and not have to worry about any of the publishing, racketeers coming after you.
Yeah. If you've got that taken care of, then let's hear it.
All right. Well, this is the last song on the brand new album, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3, and it is a song originally recorded and written by the Isley Brothers called Shout.
Hell yeah.
You know you make me want to shout, kick my heels up, pull my hair back, kick my feet up, come on now, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Who'd you say that was originally? Isley Brothers?
Isley Brothers, the same ones that did Twist and Shout.
Oh, man. Wow.
Made
They're
popular
creative.
by the Beatles. Yeah, one of my favorite bands there.
Word. Isley Brothers did a lot of songs that, well, other people redid.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I don't know if No Doubt ever did, but I think Ice Cube did. He borrowed a riff or two.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's a lot of Isley Brothers riffs in, like, hip-hop.
No
a lot
kidding.
of the 90s hip-hop. I can't really think of one right off the top of my head, but I was, like, totally geeking out on Isley Brothers one night. And I was like, oh, I know this song. I think it was the, Today Was a Good Day, I think. I don't want to misquote it now, so I'm going to have to, once we're done with this show, look that shit up, and if I fucked up, well, I'll edit this part out.
All right, great. Of course, I know, though, from previous episodes that you usually don't edit. You're like, I'm going to edit this out.
Well, maybe it's because I went back and listened to it, and I liked it. No, I was like, I'm going to keep that. Well, it's funny. Yeah, I might edit this part out, too, because it's not that fucking funny. Who knows? I might keep it in. I might say something funny.
You might.
Now the pressure's on. I'm not going to say shit. Man, maybe you should play another song.
I'll monologue if you're...
Monologue. I don't know what you mean by that.
Soliloquy.
All right, monologue for us. Bryan Bielanski here is going to monologue.
Yep. Well, yeah, and that was Isley Brothers, Shout, and on tour promoting my new album, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3. And thank you very much for having me back, Judas, especially at this late hour. You know, for those who don't know, it is...
It's 3:30 a.m.
It is exactly 3:30 a.m. And I can honestly say that this is the latest radio appearance I have ever done. So a couple firsts here. I mean, the first time I was on the show, it was my first time performing in Utah, right here in the KWJUDAS studio, and now it is another first. It is my first, my latest or earliest, depending on your perspective, radio performance.
I count it as latest because we haven't gone to bed yet. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Tomorrow doesn't happen until either the sun has been up for a bit, or till you wake up.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. 100%.
I mean, I don't make the rules; I just follow them.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. So it's not morning yet. It's a.m., but
It's
that's
still
not
nighttime.
morning.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Still, it's also kind of funny that you were, I think, the second episode of last season, and then you're going to be the second episode. See, another kind of funny thing is we haven't even started the fucking season yet. Of course, to you, the listener out there, you will have been experiencing this when the season's out, because otherwise you can't listen to it because it's in the past. Oh, shit, I don't know if I'm
It's
making
like
sense.
Back to the Future.
Right. But right now, presently, for us, as we record this, oh, God, this is so much ahead of time. We haven't even started the season yet. I don't even know what's going to happen in between now and when we actually start the season. I don't know what's going to happen with the fucking cartoon series. I've got a lot of ideas. But as we record this, I don't even know if there's going to be a DURPENSHLEE.
There's got to be a DURPENSHLEE. I mean, I think
You think?
we will find out later in the episode, won't we? Because it's like Back to the Future. I guess right now we'd be in the timeline where Biff was rich.
Which one of us is Biff?
I'll be Biff.
Oh, just because you get to be rich? No, I get to be Marty McFly? No, I can be the Doc. I'm going to be Doc. He was cool.
Doc Brown's pretty. Yeah, he.
Well, I just,
Great Scott!
I'm a fan of Christopher Lloyd. I don't think
me
he's
too.
ever had a bad role or
Taxi,
played or done a bad job at anything.
I love him as Jim Ingetowski in Taxi. They're one of my favorite shows.
Wasn't that like one of the first things he did?
I think that was the first thing he did.
Word. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even realize that was him.
Yeah. Oh,
until
yeah.
someone's like, oh, yeah, go back and watch it. And I was like, oh, fuck, how did I not? I don't know. But, of course, when I first saw that shit, I was so young. It was the same like we were talking about Cheers last time.
Right.
You know what got me back to watching Cheers as an adult was I was having a conversation with my ex-roommate about Woody Harrelson. And I was talking kind of the same thing, how I've never seen him play a role I don't like, and how I love how he's usually a crazy bastard. In one way or another, he's somehow either real crazy or in Cheers, just country boy with kind of that country boy mentality. I'm not going to say stupid, but, you know.
No kidding. And it's funny, too, as a little kid watching Cheers, I never would have guessed he was going to be in a Star Wars movie and a Spider-Man spinoff.
Isn't he Carnage?
Yeah, he's Carnage.
I haven't paid attention to most of that stuff in years, but I heard that Woody Harrelson was going to be Carnage, and I'm like, that might almost get my attention enough.
He did a good job, and I am a big Marvel fan, Spider-Man especially, so I did, you know, and once again, it's a spin-off. Spider-Man wasn't actually in the movie, but Carnage being a Spider-Man villain.
So is it a Carnage movie? Like it's
it was a Venom movie.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Carnage was awesome. Yeah. Woody Harrelson.
Well, it's Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it might have even been that brought it up, that made me say how much I liked him. And then my roommate was like, oh, yeah, you know how he acted in Cheers? Supposedly that's how he acts in real life or something. And I was like, he was in fucking Cheers? He's like, dude, he was in most the seasons of Cheers. The Coach, I think, was only in like maybe the first 2, maybe 3 seasons.
Yeah, because he passed away.
And he died in real life. I also like how in Cheers they don't make a big deal out of it, but they still do bring it up every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have an episode where his character died or anything, but he does get mentioned. Even in like later seasons, they're having a drink and they bring him up. Yeah. You know, have a toast to him.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Going back and watching Woody Harrelson as that, it I don't know, it reinvented my whole concept of Woody Harrelson, because I'd been so used to seeing him play all these crazy guys. And fucking was almost, I didn't watch Cheers that much as a kid anyway. So, and the ones I did, I just remembered The Coach.
I mean, yeah, Coach was cool. I mean, that,
Yeah, Woody Harrelson's way better, I think.
Really? You know, they were both good in their own way.
Yeah, he was good at what he did. He was good at what he did. But the first couple seasons when Coach was the main fucking bartender, it was more of like a sports bar, and there was a lot more sports humor. And then when Woody Harrelson came in, they sort of lost that for the most part.
I definitely did.
And I'm not into sports. Sorry, guys.
Neither am I. But I did like Diane better than Rebecca.
Not me, man. I was so annoyed with Diane, and really? I feel like they wanted you to be annoyed with Diane.
Oh yeah, that was the point.
Right, and so I guess I fell for it.
I liked. Yeah,
Rebecca was kind of annoying too sometimes, but I liked her better than Diane.
I preferred Diane. I was definitely a Diane guy.
Okay, well then, Cliff or Nom.
Oh, good. Yeah, I guess it's got to be Cliff.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but I'd go with Cliffy.
Yeah. And Cliff was in Star Wars, too. So there's 2 characters from Cheers that were in Star Wars movies.
Man, I've been out of the loop. I never really cared for Star Wars that much either, so.
Gotcha.
Damn it.
Me, big Star Wars fan.
And they're doing all these things that, like, Marvel fans and Star Wars fans might finally give a shit to get, they're really fucking, grasping at straws for...
Yeah, I don't do any of the streaming. Right. I don't do any of the streaming shows. I mean, I love the Star Wars movies. I watch the Marvel movies, but I don't do any of the streaming, Being the touring musician, that's eats up a lot of the time where I otherwise might be able to take in those shows, but
I guess my biggest thing is I just hate how Disney fucking owns everything now. And I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. And in a way it does immortalize. Once Disney owns you, you know that you're not going anywhere.
I know. I'm ready for Disney to own me.
I want Disney to buy Durpenshleee. That if fucking I had that opportunity, so would do it. But at the same time, I don't know if I would. Well, yes, I would. I'm sure I would.
That's a good question. I think I would definitely let Disney own me. No, what am I saying? It's this is because it's so only at 3:35 or 3:40 in the morning would I say that
folks.
It was okay.
He's been out on the road.
I played in Moab.
Coffee after another.
Yeah, Moab earlier this evening.
I mean, when were you even last asleep?
I woke up at 5:30 last morning.
So it's been almost 24 hours.
Yeah, I guess we're going on 23 hours right now.
All right. Do you have it in you to play another song?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow. He's got it in him.
100%.
He's got it in him. Got it. Blah, 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 blah. Another song. Bryan Bielanski here for the third time in about a year. He was here, like the 9th of April last year? 19th.
Yep.
Oh, holy fuck. It's like the 18th. Okay, so we are recording this 3:39 now. The 18th of
364 days ago, I stepped
fucking
foot through
April.
this door for the first time.
That's also pretty nutty. It is almost exactly a year.
100%.
All right. And this song is to commemorate that momentous occasion.
Indeed. And this is another song from the brand new album, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3. It's called Shake Baby.
Thank you for joining us.
She said she loves me like a brother, but I said I love her like a lover, yeah. Shake baby, shake baby, shake baby, shake baby, shake baby, shake baby, yeah. She said she likes me like a friend, looking for love, I hit another dead end, oh yeah. Shake baby, shake baby. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, yeah. She said I could be one of her lovers, but I want a lover that loves no other, yeah. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, yeah. I said, come on, baby, I'll drive you crazy, girl, I know how to treat a lady, yeah. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, baby, yeah. Shake, baby, shake, baby, yeah. Shake, baby, shake, baby, yeah. Thank you.
Good old Fop guy. I'm kind of surprised that he's even up. He's not usually up this late. His brother Fap guy I think is definitely retired. Actually, I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. I haven't seen him around in a minute. But it is at the top of the half hour. I never know how to fucking word that right. We're in the middle of the show, and this is where Wizard, my co-host, would normally give his useless fact. And I'm pretty sure he's back for this season. He wasn't here last season, so I was hoping he'd be here, but of course it's like 3 in the fucking morning, and I really didn't expect him to be able to make it tonight.
Well, I'm used to it just being the two of us, you know.
Yeah, I was just really hoping that you'd get to meet the Wizard tonight.
Maybe on my 4th appearance here.
Possibly. If it goes anything like last year, we might even be seeing this guy again this season. Who knows? I haven't booked the rest of the season yet. That's why I haven't started it yet. God damn it.
It is quite possible. Well, and once again, thank you very much for having me back, Judas. It's a real pleasure. Always a great time here. And I know the people that are following me, following my musical exploits, really enjoy your show too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
100%.
Okay.
I've gotten a lot of good feedback from
sure.
my appearances here.
We'll have him back, maybe.
Maybe. I'm trying really hard not to make you mad so that you'll want to have me back. That's kind of me at every place I perform. I just let me just make sure I don't make anybody mad.
I mean, you seem like a real amiable. I don't know. You don't seem like the type to really make too many people. You're like a Jim Henson character or something.
Thanks.
Fucking. You can't be mad at this guy. Come on, folks. Look at him.
Well, thank you very much. That's I like the Jim. Man, no one's ever compared me to a Jim Henson character. I appreciate
Dude,
that.
I don't think you will ever receive a higher compliment. I mean, really, if someone said that to me, I'd probably melt in their hands.
I mean, I am. I'm honored to receive that compliment. Thank you, Judas.
I say that because if you think about it, there's like Jim Henson didn't really do bad guys very well. He'd usually have like a real person as an actor guest as the bad guy.
Right.
But like the whole team of Muppets are all good guys. They're all on the same side. Even the ugly, monstrous looking ones are still nice guys, you know, like Sweetums. Sweetums is the nicest.
I was just watching Weezer's appearance on the Muppet Show. I thought that was pretty funny.
Word. You know who's the best is Alice Cooper's. Like way back in the day.
I have seen that.
Have you seen that?
Uh-huh.
It's fucking great.
Man.
And he interacts with the Muppets so well. It's just fucking entertaining to see like that guy.
Well, I mean, now that I've had, been on the Beavis and Butthead show, maybe now I'll get on the Jim Henson show next too. I mean, And thank you, by the way, for getting me in touch with those guys too.
Oh yeah, I know Mike Judge.
Yeah.
Not personally, but I kind of meet him behind the same fucking bar, same alleyway, same time every week for a hand job. Very little words are exchanged. And as to who gets or gives the hand job, we will just kind of leave that to the imagination of the listener. How about we do another song?
Another song, yeah. You got it.
He almost choked on his drink.
Get my black coffee here. Yeah, well, you know what? Since I always have such a great time here, I got a special treat. So last year, all the songs that wound up on this year's album, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3, were written last year in my vehicle, driving from city to city. I write the songs in the vehicle. I get to the place. When I have a little bit of time with sound check, I figure the songs out on guitar that I wrote in my head, and then they become songs. And
you just play it right there?
I figure out, I'll have the music in my head while I'm driving, and when I get to the place, I start playing the chords until I figure out what the chords were from the way I heard it in my mind's ear. And so this year is no exception. I've already written the first song, which I guess is going to be on Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 4.
Number 4.
For next year.
Number 3.
That's the one that's out now. That is
didn't
the one
exist when you came back around last year.
No, last year was Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 2.
2.
Yep, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3 came out this year, March 12th. So
it's just barely out.
Yeah, it's only been out for a month.
Word.
Yep,
All right. So that's pretty much what we're going to be hearing most of this evening.
That is correct. Yeah,
Word.
A few of the songs I actually played last year while I was here. So, definitely got some. We'll definitely be doing some Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3 songs. But here's one brand new song, not on Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3. It's a brand new song, and I am going to play it for you. It is called Do You Want to Go Out With Me?
Bryan Bielanski, KWJUDAS.
Ice cream. Do you wanna go out with me? Wanna give me a kiss? It's number 1 on my list of the things I wanna do, and I wanna go out with you. When I saw you at my show, I thought that I would flip. You were such a classy girl, you left a hefty tip. Look the way you dance out there when I am singing loud. But you shouldn't be another face out in the crowd. If you were my girlfriend, I would make you proud. Hey, wanna go out with me for dinner and a movie? Then we could have ice cream. Do you wanna go out with me? You're not like the other girls, you're better than the rest. I've been all around the world and I like you the best. It feels so much better to get this off my chest. My heart is beating real fast, it's like a heart attack. Thinking through a situation that requires tact. Hey, wanna go out with me? Dinner and a movie. Well then we can get ice cream. Do you wanna go out with me? Wanna give me a kiss? That's number one on my list of the things I wanna do. 'Cause I wanna go out with you. Hey, hey, Thank you. Thank you, Judas.
Man, now I can't unsee it. I'm just sitting here watching this guy, and you're a fucking Jim Henson character now. It's like,
Cool.
I guess now you got an idea for your next music video.
I'm going to have some
See if you can
Muppets.
have a Muppet version of yourself made. I mean, I'm sure it's been done, but not by you.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm thinking I would be live and get some other Muppets, like some
That'd be cool, too.
Muppet-esque stuff.
Word.
Yeah, Muppet, dude. Thanks for the idea. That's
Where
great.
you're,
Always
you're
coming up
pulling
with,
an Alice Cooper and you're talking to the Muppets and shit.
always looking for new video ideas. I love making the videos.
Yeah, I liked that last one, and you said that you do a lot of like stop animation in like every video, didn't you say?
Almost every video since 2011, back with the
That's
old
impressive.
band, has got some kind of stop motion in it. Just because, you know, well, when I was a little kid, I was a big Peter Gabriel fan. Also, like, loved all the old Ray Harryhausen movies with the, you know, the dinosaurs and the monsters, like the stop motion monsters and stuff. So, Gumby, loved Gumby too.
Dude, I've gone back and watched that show as an adult, and holy fuck.
Well, I got to
That
admit,
show, they were on so much.
it probably. Now, here's my thing though. Even as a little kid, I kind of like. I didn't like Gumby. I rooted for the Blockheads.
I like the Red Horse guy.
Pokey, yeah, no, he was like Gumby and his band. I remember there was one episode that was a battle of the bands. Where it was like Blockheads versus Gumby's band, and I was rooting for the Blockheads. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, you could just steal footage from that and put that in a music video. Just like sync it up to your music and make them look like your band.
That's
And
not
just
a
put
bad
you
idea.
on front.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Kind of like you did with the Mario thing.
That is
I don't know if
great.
you'd get fucked with any copyright shit, but
I think there's a fair
how else do you
use.
find out?
Well, you know, then we'll know I've really made it if Nintendo comes after me for that video. And that was actually me playing the game and
I believe you.
Yeah, and
I was
beating
going to
it.
ask, but I figured I
yeah.
probably didn't need to.
On an official old school tube TV.
Dude,
Yeah.
I thought I was all... Okay, so I have another series outside of KWJUDAS that's just called Story Time with Unky Judas. And I tell exclusively drug-related stories. And I just put it over, like, me playing Donkey Kong Country. It started with, like, a challenge from one of my friends. He just brought up somebody else that does it that's actually popular on YouTube, and he just tells drug stories. I don't know who it is. He just told me about this guy, and he's like, "You've got enough drug stories. You could just put them to, like, what video game do you like?" And I was like, "Fucking Super Nintendo, man. Like, old Donkey Kong Country. I know every nook and cranny of that fucking game." And, of course, I don't have it on my computer. I have it on an actual Super Nintendo. I don't have the, the dome screen anymore, but that's what most of it was filmed on. And you know that if you, like, film something like that, you're going to have, like, a huge glare no matter how you fucking position the camera, no matter how you position the lights. Yeah, so it looks like fuck, but at the same time, it still has that kind of, I guess, old school, almost vintage sort of effect or look to it.
That's exactly I'll say that's the reason why, but honestly, the real reason why is I don't have a flat screen TV.
Me too.
Right?
That's what I had. So I wasn't trying to like make it look. It wasn't for visual aesthetics, although I did wind up kind of liking the visual aesthetic of it. Still, like the characters as you're watching them jump around, like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, are all blurry most of the time.
You know, and I never played Donkey Kong Country.
What?
Yeah, I
Really?
I know. I need to go back, and like I have a thing where like Super Nintendo is the last console I ever played. So
You just blew my brains out my butt.
yeah, I've definitely played all the classic Donkey Kong games. You know, Donkey Kong
You're
Jr.,
a little older than me. If
Donkey
I
Kong
remember
3.
right. You don't
Yeah, I
look
think
it,
I'm
but you are.
a few years older than
And
you. Yeah.
so you left off on like Nintendo, Super Nintendo-ish?
Super Nintendo. I never got the 64. I never did
Right.
PlayStation because around that time, that's when music took over my life. So
Word.
there
I was kind of the same, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
We did have the 64, and I only got into a couple games on 64 until it was just like, well, this is what I'm doing now. And video games kind of left me in the fucking dust.
Yeah,
You know,
me
now
too.
they're so advanced, and I couldn't even get into one. 'Cause you spend so many hours playing those RPG games.
Personally, I thought I liked the old school video games because yet more was left to the imagination because the graphics weren't as good.
Right.
That was part of the charm of it to me. It's the same reason why I like silent movies, you know, because you have to like actually employ some of your imagination to enjoy them, you know. But yeah, Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and
I had an Atari.
yeah, all the and you know I really loved like the '80s arcade culture. You know, me being a little kid, like there were the bad teenagers with the jean jackets that used to smoke, and like they'd play like the tough kid games like Double Dragon and Ninja Gaiden, and like you know they'd monopolize those games, and like you know the little kiddie games were left like you know
Pac-Man and shit.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like you know if you got a turn on Double Dragon, you were like lucky. You know,
you had to wait for the big kids to leave.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if the bad kids were there, then you didn't get to play Double Dragon or Ninja Gaiden.
With us, it was Street Fighter 2 until Mortal Kombat came out. And when Mortal Kombat came out, it just fucking took over.
Oh, right. Yep. And see, I was the bad kid age when Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we were getting to the point where we were just about cool enough that we could,
right.
You know, get in there and play our fair share of Mortal Kombat. But of course, we weren't like the cool kids. There were still others that we had to wait for our turn. You know, and that place burned down, and there was never another arcade in our town ever since, unfortunately. So you had to go to your friend's house that had a Sega to play fucking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I always, you know, and I had Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Sega, so I always
Our parents didn't believe in Nintendo, so we had to go to somebody else's house to play any video game except Atari.
You were allowed to play Atari.
We got one from DI, so our parents were just like, well, I guess you guys have an Atari, but we had Ataris when we were kids, so I guess that's okay. And, of course, later we did eventually get to the point where we were about to buy our own Super Nintendo, and our parents were like, oh, shit, what do we do? I got it. We buy the Nintendo for them. And we're just like, what? We thought they were being so nice. Like, our parents would never do this for us. And when they did, they're like, okay, so here's how long you're allowed to play it. And you have to share it with your sisters and blah, 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 blah. And we're like, oh, that's why you bought it. So you can regulate it. Okay, at least we got a Nintendo finally for free. We didn't have to buy it ourselves because to us it was like $50, and that was a lot of fucking money when we were kids, you know.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
We didn't really we did get an allowance, but it was only $1 every 2 weeks. I had friends that got no allowance, so I'm not gonna say like, you know, we at least got something. But most of my other friends did get an allowance, and it was more than a fucking $1.
Mm-hmm.
I had friends like $10-20 every week, and I'm just like, you what? How? It takes me 50 weeks to buy a Nintendo.
If you're saving your allowance, yeah, that's the math there. Almost a full year.
Well, we did other things. You could mow the lawn or babysit. Or,
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
There's other chores. You could dig dandelions. You know,
There you go.
2 cents a dandelion. Yeah, that's the big bucks right there.
Yeah.
50 dandelions. There's another $1.
That was one of the chores, huh? Picking dandelions.
If you wanted extra money,
Gotcha.
you could pick as many fucking dandelions as you'd want, and 2 cents of dandelions. I mean, if you had a whole afternoon, you could wind up with like $5 to $10. I mean, they were fucking everywhere. We had a big yard, so you know.
Oh, so I get it now. Yeah, you were weeding the yard.
Right. Yeah. And there was like 7 kids, so you had to also kind of compete for the extra chores to do because we all sort of wanted money, you know.
I get that. I get that.
So it'd be like, if you wanted the dandelions, you had to beat everyone else.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a real competition, you know.
Yeah. For me, it was taking out the trash. I remember folding the clothes, folding towels.
Did you get paid extra to do that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Folding clothes and taking out the trash. Yeah.
We just had like our regular chores that you just had to do.
Oh no, yeah, those were my regular chores.
Right. That's more or less what those were. But yeah. We've been talking about the dumbest shit for how fucking long? Yeah, let's just do that. And that was Bryan Bielanski here on KWJUDAS.
Thank you. Thank you, Judas.
You could play a real song if you wanted.
A real song?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got this harmonica still on. Is this going to be the last song of the show, or?
We still got about 17 minutes.
All right, here we go.
We still got enough time for a couple.
Another brand new song from the brand new album, Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 3. This is called Star Wars Marathon.
Thank you all for listening, folks.
Let's have a Star Wars marathon until our blues are gone. You're the girl I want to watch with. We binge on Jedi versus Sith. We're like Kylo Ren and Rey, the part when he kissed her. Or like Luke and Leia before we found out she was his sister. Maybe I'll hold your hand. Maybe I'll be your man. Let's have a Star Wars marathon until our blues are gone. We could watch all the time, episodes 1 through 9. I'll get popcorn and our favorite drinks. Your favorite characters, Jar Jar Binks. The universe gave me a sign. Everything will turn out fine if we watch episodes 1 through 9. Everything will be fine. Episodes 1 through 9. And maybe you will be mine. Let's have our Star Wars marathon until our blues are gone. We could watch all the time, episodes 1 through 9. Episodes 1 through 9. We could watch all the time, episodes 1 through 9. And maybe you will be mine.
I particularly enjoyed that line about Luke and Leia. I don't even like Star Wars, and that was probably my favorite song so far.
Nice.
We're going to cut to the cartoon, Bielanski. Yeah! And then we'll be right back with another song or two.
Previously on Gumption TV.
Our two hosts randomly just stopped in the middle of a podcast to go get some recreational hallucinogens from Professor Von Peeve's friendly neighborhood chemistry friend. Nothing really interesting yet, but hold on to your safety belts, folks. Things are about to take a hard turn for the hairy.
Okay, so what did you fellas come for? And how much of it?
Well, DURPENSHLEE's throwing this quasi-killer concert tonight featuring all Gumption City's favorite local artists. And, well, we want to be seeing colors that only exist to the music, if you know what I mean.
Wow, this town has local artists? It pains me to postulate.
I might want to get that looked at. I had the same thing. Turned out I was diabetic. Oh, yeah, and I got a podcast I need to get back to.
Was also wondering if you're free for some LARPing this Sunday.
I have just the thing. But you must be extremely careful with this. The slightest bit too much and you're completely...
I think we lost him. But he left all of our money on the table, and we have no recreational hallucinogens.
Behold. Why, you dastardly bearded bastard! Do we even know what it is?
Well, we know it's not the vial he was holding.
They found us!
Okay, here. Everyone grab a weapon, and I'm just gonna take it.
If you take it, we're all taking it.
Yes, yes. Cool. Cool.
Dude. Is that a zombie?
Okay, much better lead off than last episode, guys. Did our heroes just randomly walk into a zombie apocalypse? How the daisies will they push through this seething pile of steer manure? Find out on the next escalating episode. Hey, that's kind of a tough one. Next escalating episode.
Dude.
Wow, what a cartoon, wasn't it? We're recording this before I know what the hell the cartoon's even going to be. So I hope it was good.
I love the cartoons that you do,
yeah,
Judas. Your cartoons are awesome, man.
So it was good.
The
Fucking
Gumption
shit.
Chronicles, I really enjoyed that, the serial.
Yeah, I ended it with the Christmas thing. That was on one of your episodes, the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, yep. The party, the Christmas party.
In December.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right, okay, yeah. So that was actually in the middle of the second time that Bryan was here. But with this last little bit of time we've got, Bryan is going to tell us a story. It's story time.
All right, are we going to talk about the the time the van was hanging off the cliff?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yep, the van was hanging off a cliff. No. No.
That was a very good story.
Yeah, that was a terrible story. No. A lot of times.
Well, when you tell it like that.
Well, a lot of times people ask me, "What's the craziest thing that's ever happened?" And there was the car chase, which we talked about on the first episode. And that another time, there was a time when the van, I was on some mountain roads during the COVID quarantine when I was just roaming around.
Where was this?
This was in New Mexico.
Where?
I was on top of a mountain, and I got stuck in the mud because the van was not four-wheel drive. I really shouldn't have been driving on those roads. It's remarkable I had not gotten stuck sooner than I had. But some guy came by in a truck. He's like, "Hey man, I'll pull you out of there," and he hitched a chain to the van.
Word.
Pulled me out of the truck or out of the mud. But when he pulled me out of the mud, he also yanked me off the cliff. So
shit.
The passenger side wheel of the van was hanging off the cliff. And, it just went boom, and
Damn.
the wheel's hanging off. And I'm like, oh, and the guy's like, "I could try one more thing." I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm good."
You were stationary, just hanging there?
Yeah. I mean, I was on, 3 wheels were still on the thing. But, there was no way with that fourth wheel hanging off. So I was calling around, like Albuquerque was the closest major city. I had to call like 30
So you were stuck there with one
Yeah.
fucking wheel off the side.
And it was going down to
Damn.
like 15 degrees that night. So I had to, it took me about 30 calls before I finally found some guy who.
But you had a signal?
I
your
did.
phone?
I did. Thank God. I had
Yeah,
cell
Jesus.
signal. And I finally got some guy who charged me $950. He drove up in like a Unimog, which kind of looks like a monster truck. And this guy, he was a real interesting guy. Had a gun on his hip. I mean, you know, New Mexico's an open.
How did you find this dude?
I just called every single tow place, and you know, it was like I was there for hours. It was unclear if the guy was even going to actually come, and he showed up, and he was just like, man, what are you doing up here by yourself, man? This is not a safe place for you to be. Like, there's some bad people up here, man. You can't be up here by yourself. So finally, we climbed down the cliff, and we're stacking up rocks so that the fourth wheel has something to glide off of.
Word.
And he's like, I'm going to need you to get into the van and put the gas on when I'm pulling the van. And I was like, dude, what if the van falls off the cliff? He's like, man, the drop is not that far. You won't die if it falls. I'm like,
Wow, this guy's a badass.
he certainly was. And $950 later, I was out of that predicament. And that was when I decided to get a 4-wheel drive vehicle that I got.
Word.
But now I'm not out traipsing around in the national forests and, you know, the little hidden corners of the country like I was. But
Right, that was kind of what you were doing just to pass time during the COVID shit,
during
wasn't
the
it?
COVID quarantine, doing the Bryan's Nature Show. That was my side project when there was no touring to be done in 2020. Bryan's Nature Show.
Word.
Yeah. So it was peaceful. It was definitely peaceful.
Is there a place people can go watch your nature show?
Oh, absolutely. My YouTube channel, Anguish TV. That's ANGWISH TV, which is was my old band's channel, and it's still my it is also my official solo channel as well. Bryan Bielanski's official, you know, YouTube channel is Anguish TV. And you've got the all my little side projects from back then, you know, my movie reviews, my culinary, my eating contest videos. I did
Eating contest.
Oh yeah, I did eating contest videos cuz you know what?
Official.
Oh yeah, I did the
Did you win
72-ounce
anything?
steak. No. I did the 72-ounce steak in Amarillo. I did a 5-pound sandwich at a barbecue restaurant in Charlotte. And in Arkansas, actually last year, on my tour last year, there was a place in Arkansas that had a 15-minute burger challenge. It was 6 half-pound patties, fried eggs, deli turkey, pineapple slices, like 10 pieces
All
of
on one burger?
10 pieces of bacon, 10 pieces of cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, and a side of fries. And you had to eat that in like 15 minutes. I still have the footage from that. I actually just have not had time to like upload it to...
So you actually succeeded?
Oh, no.
Oh.
None of those. The closest I came was the steak one. With the steak...
I was going to say, you're a little dude. Like,
Yeah, but what I do is I work out hardcore before I go do these eating contests and that. But of course, the steak contest was the one I got closest to. There was only 6 ounces of the steak that I didn't get to eat. But there's a time
and you
limit.
paid for that steak.
Well, if you think about it, $72 for a 72-ounce steak, plus baked potato, salad, fried shrimp, and a yeast roll. They make you eat all that too to win the contest.
Fuck. Damn.
So, yeah, good time.
And you have to finish all of it.
All of it in 1 hour. The problem was, too, is like they put you on a stage in the middle of the restaurant and announced that you're doing the contest. So people kept walking up to me and like talking to me.
That would be annoying.
Well, I was, wanted to be courteous, as I always am, but at the same time, me stopping to talk to people kind of hurt my my chances there. And I feel like I could have done it, but honestly, my eating contest days are over. That was like a brief little,
You injure yourself?
I think I might if I continue to do it. I think I was going to
Right.
quit while I was ahead. And once again, it was just something to do when live music was no longer an option.
Right.
I just didn't
But
get
you
it.
can still go to eating competitions.
Oh, 100%. Well,
That's funny.
yeah, no. It is kind of funny, isn't it? But and it was always for charity. So there was there was an excuse for my gluttony. I rationalized my gluttony by doing anti-bullying charities.
So that
awareness.
$72 goes to anybody who's not a bully.
And
so I could get $72. I'm not a bully.
It's anti-bullying is definitely a cause I feel very strongly about. I think it's a problem that should be addressed. I think a lot of adults look the other way when in supervisory positions, and I think that's terrible. They're just as much as bullies as the little kids are that are doing the bullying, if you ask me.
All right. So. Well, you can write that $72 check out to Judas H. Chrypst.
Right.
And I will make sure I will not bully anyone.
There you go.
Thank you. Let's have another song.
All right, one more song. This is another one from Bryan's Super Happy Fun Time 3. It's called I Like Kissing You. I like kissing you now, baby. I know that you like it too. I like kissing you now, baby. I think you like the way I do. I have got such a big crush, I just can't finesse. I wanna be your boyfriend, baby. I'll treat you like a princess. You're really, really cool. You're oh so beautiful. I like kissing you now, baby. I know that you like it too. I like kissing you now, baby. I think you like the way I do. Ever since the first day I met you, I think about you every day. I know one day I'm gonna get you, everything will be okay. You're really, really cool. You're oh so beautiful. I like kissing you now, baby. I know that you like it too. I like kissing you now, baby. I think you like the way I do. Well, if you fall in love with me, you could come away with me. Just come see the world with me. Share my adventures with me. I love the way you give me little kisses. Baby, you're the only one. I know one day I gotta get you. We're gonna have so much fun. You're really, really cool. You're oh so beautiful. The way you made me feel, it's gotta be for real. I like kissing you now, baby. I like kissing you now, baby. I like kissing you now, baby. I like kissing you now, baby, I do.
All right. You convinced me. I mean, song saying you want to go out with me and have a Star Wars marathon with me and you like kissing me.
Well, to be clear, the songs are not about you, Judas.
Well, when you're making eye contact the whole time, it's awful misleading, you know?
Well, I wasn't making eye contact. I was staring at the speaker there.
All right, okay.
I was pretending the speaker was the girl I wrote the songs about.
All right. Cut to the outro.
We'd like to thank you all for joining us on another exciting episode of KWJUDAS on Free Radio Provo. We're now turning you back to our regular Free Radio program.